Welcome to Asian Pulse. I'm your host, Shannon Permal. We're broadcasting from the traditional unceded territories of the Kwantlen, Silvertooth, and Squamish Nation. The month of September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. 1 in 9 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. The best defense for early detection is to have a PSA test done. October is finally here too, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A walk/run is being organized by CIBC Run for the Cure, which is taking place at Athletic Park in Surrey on October 2nd. We'll have a spokesperson in our studio to talk about the run, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages Canada Incorporated. I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages.
For astrology service, life horoscope, and fortune telling, marriage problem, love problem, divorce problem, money problem, personal or business, all types of puja and havan. Call Pandit Lakshminath Guruji 1604-849-4872, serving Alberta and BC.
Arvind's Curry and Cocktail, Indian cuisine. They do catering for all occasions and they do free delivery. Please call 604-515-1070. Address is 420 6th Street, New Westminster. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. For deliveries, call 604-515-1070 or arvindscurry.com.
Thank you, sponsors. And if you'd like to highlight your business on this show, please email that us, asianpulse@gmail.com. Now we have Sally Handsome, Run Director for the CIBC Run for the Cure in Surrey. She's here to talk about breast cancer and the run, so please have a look.
Hello and welcome to Asian Pulse. And today we have guests in our studios, and October is just around the corner. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Last month was prostate cancer, but as soon as September goes, October comes, this is the month for breast cancer. And with me are two delegates from Run for Cure, or they are called CIBC Run for Cure. Shally Haysam, she's a survivor and she's a run director for CIBC Run for Cure for Surrey, and with her Machilla, and she's the communication director for the Run for Cure. And both of these women are in the studios to talk about October 2nd, the day that the run is taking place in every city in the province. And let's talk to them and find out what are they gearing up for this year's Run for Cure. So welcome both you ladies, thank you for coming up, giving up your Sundays to come and talk to our viewers and the audience. So I want you, because you are, like I say, I read, you are also a survivor.
Correct.
I want you to talk about yourself. How did you find out, or when did you know that you also have a lump in your breast, that something needs to be done?
I have a strong family history of breast cancer, and so I had been self-examining since I was in my very early 20s. And then when I turned 30, my doctor started sending me for mammograms, and so we did that yearly until I was 38. And then that mammogram showed something, was off. And so we went for a biopsy at that point, because they did find, a little something. And the biopsy, although was not cancerous, it did show abnormal cells. So now I had to go for every 6 months. And then I went for my first 6 months, and then 3 months later I found an actual lump. And then this time it did come back as cancer. But because I was so proactive of checking and making sure that my doctor was on board with me. And I tell other women that all the time. If your doctor doesn't listen to you, change doctors. And I know these days it's a little difficult to do with lack of doctors, but it just was, you need to understand how your body is and how it works. And because of that, I was able to, pull through. And so I'm very blessed because not everybody has the same outcome that I did.
I was going to say, as women, we know our body the best.
Right.
If there is any changes of any part of the body changes, colors or lump and bumps or whatever, I think it's very important to report that and maybe make sure that your doctor is aware about it. Because the thing is that a lot of people that I talk to, and they say, oh, they don't have a history. It's a myth. It's not. It is not that if you have a history of breast cancer in the family, that you have to be alert all the time. Like you said, 89% of the people that are diagnosed with breast cancer are the first time. So it doesn't have to have. Only 11% you were saying that has the, history of breast cancer. And so I was going to talk to you. So introduce yourself and when did you get involved with this movement?
Okay, so my name is Matilda and I'm the communications lead for the Surrey site for the CIBC Run for the Cure. And I joined the committee 3 years ago when the run was still virtual due to COVID. And this is the first year I'm going to be part of the run, the live run. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like on Sunday. So we're asking all of Surrey to make sure they come out and support because this is a very good cause. It's important that we put the word out there. It's important that people get to know that, anybody could get diagnosed with breast cancer, be you male, be you female, and it doesn't matter the age anymore. It doesn't matter, like you said, if there's a history in the family. But if you don't come out, if you don't hear of these things, you would not be aware. And that's what we are trying to do. And also to make sure that, we can also support by raising funds. That's why we have teams, we have individuals, we have schools that have come on board to raise funds to be able to support these groundbreaking researches in regards to breast cancer. And it's a cause that is also very dear to my heart, and that's why I'm part of it.
I'm so glad.
Thank you very
that
much.
Did you have any breast cancer in the family?
No, but I've been affected by cancer in the sense that my child, who's 8-year-old, he just turned 9 a few days ago. Yeah, my son actually is a cancer survivor. So he had cancer when he was just 2. He was diagnosed a few months to his second birthday, and by the time we found out, he was already in stage 4. And that experience kind of changed my life and that of every member of my family. And coming to Canada, I really wanted to be part of something, that I'll be able to also support with regards to that. And so bumping on Canadian Cancer Society, the breast cancer, I'm like, this is what I need. And and it's been
sometimes when
remarkable.
you do, there are all kinds of volunteer work that we do.
Yeah.
But there are so many volunteer work that you do. It's so meaningful to you.
Yes.
It's so satisfying.
Yes.
End of the day, you say, I've done something.
Exactly.
And you feel so much better about it. So you tell me, Sally, that before this cancer, the Run for the Cure always used to be in Vancouver.
Correct.
So now I think because the crowd is getting so many people, that's the only thing that people, when you say the run and all that, they think about Vancouver and all that. So now you are trying to move that away to smaller cities or different cities in BC. And you are in charge of the CIBC Run for Cure in Surrey.
Correct.
So what would you like to say to those people that live in Surrey and they are watching you on television, that where should they come and join, and why is it so important that we need to have our own group to be able to bring this awareness, education, and run and raise funds?
Vancouver is great. I love Vancouver. I love going into Vancouver. But this is where we live. This is where a lot of us work. And we need to be supporting our own communities because that's where, you're able to get financial help. This is where you're going to get emotional and physical help is here. And when we opened up our first run in 2013, Surrey's the second biggest city in the province, and there's no reason why we can't hold it here in this area. And it's not just Surrey. Our geographical area covers New West, Surrey, Delta, Leonard, Tsawwassen, White Rock, Cloverdale, and Langley. So we have a really large area, and we need to be able to get the word out to as many people as possible. Today we were at the White Rock Community Market, and we do that throughout the year to just get the word. And majority of people, like a clear majority, have no idea they were in Surrey. We had a woman last week that came to our booth and said she's been going to the Surrey location for 30 years, had no idea that we were even in Surrey. So our focus is word of mouth. That's where it's free advertising. It's just everybody. And it's people like yourself that allow us to come on screen, on TV, on radio, so that we have more participants listening, and then they think, oh, I can do that. I can be a part of it. And it's a groundbreaking area to be in a brand new, it's 10 years, but it's still a brand new city that we can do this event. And we need volunteers to come and help on one weekend. We need people to form teams or just even do it as an individual or come hang out with us for the day. We have a family fun zone. We have a live band. There's going to be lots of treats. And one of the things we did 4 years ago was that we became aware of the terminology that we were using. We were not being inclusive of men. We were, but not to the extent that we needed to get the word out that men also get breast cancer. And everything was about survivors, which is okay. But there are people with stage 4 that have metastatic breast cancer, and they don't always feel like they're a survivor. So we, instead of having a survivor tent, we now have a hope tent. And we understand that not everybody's able to do the 1K. Not everybody's able to do a 5K. Sometimes they're in the middle of doing chemo, but they still want to be with everybody. So now, 3 years ago, for the first time, we had a Hope Lounge where we set it up with furniture and we bring therapy dogs in. And so those that can't can just sit and enjoy, be part of the crowd, be part of the excitement, have the dogs to, snuggle with and to comfort them, but they still get to be a part of it. So it's just changing our mentality and understanding that it is about surviving, but it's much more about giving people hope.
Beautifully said, though, that there is a hope, and anybody and everybody can come and take part. It's one day set aside.
Correct.
Should be every day, but even one day.
Yes.
And especially with treatment and all that, everybody used to go to Vancouver, but I think with the new hospital opening up in Surrey, they're going to have a huge cancer treatment. And so people that live in Surrey, they don't have to travel to Vancouver. All the way to Vancouver. There's no parking and all that there. So it's so much closer to home as well. Because 1,000 people move to Surrey every month.
Yes.
So you can imagine.
Very true.
12 months, 10,000, 12,000 new people are here every year.
That's true.
Because other cities such as Vancouver, it's not affordable anymore. And they are coming in here. So, what will the day be like if I have never been there before and I want to plan or I want to come and participate? What would that day would be looking like? Am I going to get a shirt, or is there a registration that you register and pay $25 or whatever to get a bottle, shirt, and anything? Just you want to walk us through what would be like?
Okay,
go ahead.
So basically first of all, the idea of that day is looking at everybody coming together and, be one.
Yes.
That's the whole idea. Together, we're making an impact, we're making a statement, and that's why it's important that the whole of Surrey comes out together. Now, to be part of this event, you need to register.
Yeah.
And it's online. You can go on our sites and register. It's $45 to register, and then automatically you're part of the whole event. If you want to volunteer, yes, we'll all be there in the morning. You can get T-shirts as volunteers, and then the volunteer lead is going to explain all the things that you need to do and how you're you're going to be very, very helpful for the day. And then for the runners, like some people say, I don't want to run. I don't know how to run.
Yeah.
And they feel like everybody coming to the event has to run. No,
No.
that's a misconception.
Yeah.
You don't have to run to be part of this event. Just come out and show us your support. You being there, you could walk. Sally's not running, but Sally has to be there.
Yeah.
So you can come out and walk, you can just be there to,
Talk to
give the emotional support. And if you want to just come in and probably provide support for like the committee, the volunteers, there's going to be a live band. Like Sally mentioned, the therapy dogs will be there. Everything is all taken care of. We just want you all to come out together and let's show the world how Surrey is going to mark the breast cancer month in style. So it's October 2nd, and we're hoping you can, decorate your cars with pink, give it a touch of pink, your dressing, everything. Come out and let's have fun. Like you said, it's once a year. But, the impact we make on that very day goes a long way, to impact a lot of things for breast cancer survivors, for people who have loved ones that are HOPE participants, for the society as a whole. And that's why it's very important that we all come out. So, yes, you have to go online, register, and make yourself available, even if you're not running.
Mm-hmm. I was also thinking, well, you are talking about that, we want the whole of city out on one day and dress up pink or maybe
Let's
decorate
make noise with our pink.
Yes, right. So the money that you're going to be raising, it goes toward the research.
Exactly.
So that time will come, nobody has to.
Correct.
This breast cancer will be thing of a past. Yes.
One of the things that just happened this year is that we got a new, I'll call it a bus, I'm not sure, but
yeah,
it's
another name, but
yeah,
that's okay.
it's one of those big buses, and it's been outfitted with mammography equipment. And this bus is going to travel to all the outlying areas, in the small towns and villages and areas where people can't get to the city, parts of Vancouver Island. Like, it's just going to travel to take mammograms because it's so important. We spend so much time finding a cure, which we need, but we need to also spend time on prevention. And by going to get your mammogram, where a lot of these people, like in small towns in northern BC, there is no mammogram clinic. Like, there's nothing out there. They would travel hours to get to one. This bus is going to be able to do this. So that's part of the money that's raised, is going to doing that, trying to find, funding research to be able to find, a cure for cancer, and hopefully we get to that point. But until then, we just really want Surrey to... On stage, when we're doing the event, we frequently will say, Vancouver can't hear you. We need Vancouver to know how much Surrey wants this here. And then everybody just cheers really loud because we want Vancouver to hear us over the bridge, and over the tunnel. And so we just want everybody there. And
build up the excitement of the day,
Of course.
and walk away with knowledge, pamphlet, information, that, and get it all geared up so that you can participate and be a volunteer next year.
Yeah.
There was a woman, she used to come here all the time, and she was organizing a mobile mammogram at the Gurdwara. 2 weekends in a row, that people or the women that were not able to travel to any other place, but Gurdwara is a place they go every Sunday either to the service or go there for prayers, whatever, and one at a time they can go and have this exam done. But you have to register that. Like so many times when you come from different countries, this is not. Here everything's so accessible, but not where we all come from. It's not.
Exactly.
So that's why if you can go there, we're going to bring the machine to you. There's no excuse you cannot have your breast checked. Yeah.
If anybody is going through breast cancer right now, or they had it in the past, even if it was 30 years ago, we have 2 tents that are set up for them. One is our Hope Tent, where we have a lot of prizes that they can enter to win, some really amazing prizes.
Awesome prizes.
Yeah. And then the other one is the Hope Lounge, that if you're going through treatment or you're too ill that you can't do even the 1K, you can sit there, as I said, with the dogs. But everything is for those impacted with breast cancer. And so, if any of the viewers, maybe you're not, you don't have breast cancer, but
Yeah.
your friend's mom is, or your neighbor's grandma, or somebody, if somebody, get the word out to them to come that day. Bring them with you, and just so that they can be a part of that.
And they can be the ally. They
Of
can be
course.
supportive of your neighbors and all that. It's like, it's not breast cancer is there.
No.
And it's not us and them. It could be everybody. Any one of us in here could be a survivor. So 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime.
Yes.
So the stats are that high. So those people that you are watching today, and maybe I'll give you a minute to just end up what you want them to hear and why they should come, and maybe to you too, to say something to motivate these women or people, actually, I must say, families that are sitting, it's beautiful Sundays, weather is still perfect right now, that they can come out and enjoy the day.
Okay, so like we said, 1 in every 8 women out there gets diagnosed with breast cancer. Today we posted on our page, and the question is, what if it was your loved one? We're not wishing this on anyone, but we all have to come out and make a statement. And we cannot make the statement if we're sitting in our homes. We have to make the statement together, because together, then we can make a stronger impact in our society. And so please, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next Sunday, October 2nd. It's at the South Surrey Athletic Park, very close. We are in Surrey. Surrey is our home, is where we do our businesses, is where we live. So let us come together and raise our voices together as people in Surrey and make a statement. South Surrey Athletic Park, don't say there's no parking. There's enough parking for your cars. Just come in early and get your car parked. There's 1K run, 5K run, and even if you can run, you can walk. And if you decide you don't want to walk, you can just lounge with us. Let's just do this together. I'll see you guys coming Sunday, October 2nd.
Beautiful.
And the run itself begins at 10, but we are live at 8 o'clock. So anybody that decides, okay, I'm going to register, I'm going to do it, we'll have that open at 8 o'clock. The band starts playing about 8:30 or 9. And like I said, we have a family fun zone. There's going to be face painting. There's going to be costume characters. Won't tell which one, so that the kids are going to have a lot of fun there. But just bring your family, bring your neighbors. Just come see why we're so passionate about what we do.
Thank you so much
You're
for
very
coming in
welcome.
today.
Thank you for having
And be
us.
able to give us beautifully said, been educating all of us on why it's so important for all of us to participate. And on the last note, I must say that I'm wearing orange today. Orange is Orange Shed Day that is coming on September 30th. And 30th is also a holiday for Truth and Reconciliation Day for the first people of this land. So if you're going to school or you are out and about on that day, make sure that we support our Aboriginal people and wear orange on that day. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
If you need any more information, you can go to their website at CIBC Run for the Cure or call 604-644-9934. Before we move on to our community events, we have some special announcements to make. Canada/USA CALSA X Students Reunion is taking place at Bollywood Banquet Hall in Surrey on October 1st at 5 p.m. For more information, please call 604-537-5123 or email umagrant02@yahoo.ca. This ticket is $40 per person, and all the proceeds will be going back to the Khalsa College in Ba, Fiji Islands. Sahas Community Service Society provides a helpline for people who are in crisis and in need to talk to someone. They offer critical support, information, and resources for individuals and families in need. The number is 604-900-9221. Everything will be kept confidential. The Canadian Federation of Fiji Organizations is hosting their second annual Community Awards Gala on Sunday, October 16th at Kanna Banquet Hall in Surrey. For tickets, you can purchase them by calling Shannon Vermont at 778-709-2853 or emailing us at info.cfofo@gmail.com. Tickets are $30 per adult and $20 for children 12 and under. CIBC Run for the Cure is back on October 2nd, and you can join in person for a walk or run at Surrey Athletic Park at 14600 20th Avenue in Surrey. 1 out of 8 women will develop breast cancer in their life, so join them and support the cause and donate money for this great cause. If you have any events coming up in your community or would like us to promote it, please send it to us at asianpulse@gmail.com. We ran out of time for today, but we hope you have enjoyed the show as much as I do bringing it to you. If you'd like to support the show by being a sponsor, please contact Camilla Singh at 604-537-5123 or send an email to us at asianpulse@gmail.com. Before I go, I'll leave you here with these thoughts. Forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace by Jonathan Huell. If you missed our show today, you can watch it again on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on Channel 4. And if you're in Calgary, that's Channel 10. You can also watch our shows on YouTube by searching for Asian Pulse TV. Subscribe and like to our page. That being said, thanks for spending a part of your day with us. I'm your host, Shannon Permal. Stay safe and stay healthy. See you all next week.